From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mochas.
it's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Alessia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Ready to go.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
It's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. Things get weird in 3, 2, 1.
All right, Deepa's here again, and we get inundated with DMs, man. Holy.
Deepa, what do we got today in the DMs?
For some reason, people are obsessed about food and your food choices.
Love
We
it.
got a question from Nicole, and the question is, what is your favorite bagel flavor? I have a baking page where I sell Montreal-style bagels, and I'm super curious. Love you guys.
Flavor as in like, what do you mean flavor?
I guess it depends. Like, there's jalapeno bagels. There's
no,
I guess
no.
that's what.
I go just straight up.
Really
yeah,
plain?
same.
Straight up plain, yeah. No,
Do you
no,
do
no,
like
no, no,
with
no,
sesame
no, no,
seeds or poppy seeds or anything like that?
I'm fine with anything. Plain bagel, sesame seed bagel, poppy seed bagel. Montreal bagels are my favorite.
Yeah.
And it's just it's toasted cream cheese, cracked black pepper. That's the only way I eat a bagel.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
it.
down with any of the flavored
No.
ones. But my favorite is any of the not poppy seeds, sesame seed bagels.
Okay.
Those ones I
Have you guys ever tried the strawberry cream cheese in a bagel?
No.
You know what? Even with the cream cheese, I don't like any of the flavored ones.
Yeah, it's not good. I remember Tim
Just
Hortons used to
straight
sell
up.
it all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this sounds nice. And I ate it and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
oh my
no, I'm
God,
not down
wrong
with any of those
decision.
flavored ones.
Yeah, no. All that stuff is gimmicky to me. I just like straight. Like I love bagels,
Yeah.
right? But I don't want a jalapeno cheese flavor. Like I'm just not into any of that stuff. Just plain bagel. There's nothing wrong with a plain bagel.
Next comment comes from Emily. Shower thought. Do celebrities need to reset their Face ID every time they get work done? That's a good question.
Oh, every time they get work done,
Like, yeah, like plastic surgery or
as in
whatever.
plastic surgery. Like you get a new nose, and do you have to?
I would say yes. But from my understanding, the way Face ID works is that every time you use it, it rescans your face anyway.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, it does?
Right? So
If
it's
you-
always
if you shaved your beard, would your phone still open for you?
Yes, it will.
It will.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it'll recognize like my eyes and my nose and like the shape of my face.
Right.
But like, yeah, if I'm a celebrity that
'cause-
alters like completely, I would
Yeah.
assume that it may pick up a couple of features
Right.
that it recognizes,
Right.
maybe, or
Right.
you may have to like reset it.
What if you have sunglasses on? Does it work?
It does not work with sunglasses.
It does not.
Or
and
masks,
it does
right?
not work with my mask.
Yeah.
When I'm wearing
Oh,
my mask.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never used it. I don't use the Face ID.
Do you just use a passcode?
Yeah. I just like a regular numeric passcode. But my phone is trained to not lock. Like my phone.
Yeah, his phone is unlocked.
Oh, you
all the
talked
time.
about this. Yes.
Yeah. So even now, it's just like that. It's
Why do
open.
you not lock your phone?
It's a pain in the ass to open it all the time.
You literally can just touch 4 numbers or
Six.
six or your face.
Oh my God.
And it'll open up.
Ain't nobody got time for
Okay.
that.
6.
Mr. Busy,
Like
busy over
2
here.
seconds of your time.
I
just
know.
punching a number.
Jeez.
Nah, 6.
I learned the hard way. I was the same like Roz. I never had a passcode on my phone. And then I left my phone on the subway one day.
Oh, no.
And I was like, crap. I got out of the subway and I was like, this is not good. Then some guy calls me from my phone and I'm like, this dude has my phone. And he's like, hey, I can return it to you. Turns out that we didn't live too far from each other. So now he has access to everything on my phone. All
So
my
you
photos,
know he already
everything.
went through everything.
Everything. So I don't know how he found my home number because that's how he called, right? And then he's like, don't worry, I haven't gone through anything. I have your phone.
What, you liar.
Okay, so at first I thought that he was telling the truth. I was like, there's some good people out there that wouldn't do anything weird with my phone. So then I go and I get my phone.
Mm-hmm.
That same day I get my phone, I get I get friend requests from him on Facebook and Instagram requests. Be like, hey,
That's
I know I just
weird.
returned your phone
That's
and
weird.
I just thought we could be friends, and I was
That's
like,
weird.
why would we be friends?
Did you go to your sent messages? Because I guarantee you he sent at least 3 dozen pictures of you to his phone.
Yeah, he
even
probably
check
did.
that.
Yeah.
So I was like, so after that, I was
Yeah.
like, I need to lock my phone.
Absolutely, you have
I've
to.
locked
Yeah,
it. So
yeah.
you just need to wait for someone to steal your cell phone and send.
Dude, why say that now?
Sorry, it's just the truth.
Like,
you gotta
why-
experience it.
Now I'm sure he's going to start locking up.
Also, no dude is going to go through my pics and be like, "Oh, forward."
What about a woman?
All lawn photos.
That's all lawn photos and pictures of my cat. Yeah. Oh, here's the last picture I took. Okay, you want that? You jabronis crab cakes. Okay, that's what's on my phone.
I share that.
Hey, let's be friends.
Crab cake.
I like crab cakes too.
There we go.
Goodness. This comment comes from Nancy. Just started listening to the podcast on episode 3. Was this the first time that we got introduced to the smooth, cool dude? Love it and can't wait to listen to them all.
Wow. I don't even know if on episode 3 of the podcast was the first time, because that was like years and years ago.
Yeah. Where did this originate from?
3 years ago, maybe. So yeah, I guess it would make sense.
I guess it would make sense. What happened was Mocha always asks anybody who calls in the show between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite? And it's a fun battle that we have. When people say me, I never ask why, because the reason why is always something that hurts, right? No. You remind me of my dad. I'm an a-hole just like you are, right? All of this stuff. So I never want to know why. And then this one woman called in and she was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say anything insulting. I'm going to have your back. And Mocha was like, okay, who's your favorite? And she's like, Roz. And Mocha was like, why? And she goes, because he's just a smooth, cool dude. And as soon as she said that, I was like, I'm dead. This is going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
That is the nickname that stuck more than anything.
It wasn't said in any sort of negative or derogatory way. It was actually said from somebody trying to stick up for me and reasons why I'm their favorite. And the words were because he's a smooth, cool dude. And it has haunted me ever since.
My gosh.
So to this person, what's her name that wrote in?
Nancy.
All right, Nancy. So if you only discovered that on episode 3, keep listening to the rest of our podcast episodes, because that name will come up a lot.
Right.
Hit us up in the DMs and ask your question, make your comment, do whatever. Deepa gets them, and we do this on the radio.
Do you know what's funny? Even in the DMs, people refer to Roz as the smooth, cool dude. Sometimes they won't even use his name.
I could post a picture of an egg, right?
Yeah.
And the comments will always be smooth, cool breakfast. Right? Like, it doesn't matter what I do.
Especially from me, I always say,
Yeah.
they'll post a picture of his lawn and be like, yeah, that's a smooth, cool lawn.
It doesn't matter what I do.
He's perpetuating it.
That's exactly it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, the question is from Mark, and this is for Roz. Roz looks like the type of guy who gets ingrown toenails. How do you fix it or get relief from them? Asking for a friend.
Interesting you would say that. I am the type of guy that got ingrown toenails.
Really?
And I'm convinced that I started getting ingrown toenails for a brief period of time years ago. I rode a motorcycle, and I attributed my ingrown toenails to my boots were never done up tight. I always like loose boots, right? And
that's
loose
dangerous.
booty. I always like loose boots. And every time you put your feet on the ground on a motorcycle, you always just travel that extra sort of like 6 inches or whatever it is. And so my toes were always smashing into the end of my boots.
Ooh.
And it was only after that I started getting ingrown toenails. But I clip my toenails. But every now and then, when you get an ingrown toenail, oftentimes it's just like it's in the corner where it hurts like hell. So I neglected one. I was clipping my toenails every now and then, but I was just a summer and I wasn't wearing a lot of like shoes where it hurt. I was living life in flip-flops and everything was good. So this little part here in the corner of the toenail that was sharp, I let it go so long that the pointy part grew all the way out my toe and was poking out of the top of the skin.
Oh,
right?
no.
So I had to get in there with clippers on the side and cut it from the bottom and then
peel the
pull
skin?
and then pull it out. from underneath. My ingrown, the pointy ingrown grew so long that it grew inside the side of my toe and then up through the top of my toe.
I don't even know how you get ingrown toenails.
No?
How does it happen?
Because I will break my toenails all the time, right? And
it's just the way it grows back.
And if you have one little part in the corner that you don't quite get with the clipper, and it leaves a sharp little edge, if you don't quite get it, when your toenail starts to grow, that little sharp edge grows into your toe.
Oh. Yeah,
right?
no thanks.
Yeah, it's not good though.
That's not pleasant. But do you trust yourself to take care of your ingrown toenails, or would you rather go to a professional to have it looked after?
No, I trust myself with everything. I only do my own. I only do my own stuff.
Like toenails and like foot hygiene. It gets me really irritated listening to it. So hearing about that, I'm just
it only really gets infected when it's ingrown. As soon as you pull it out, it's fine.
So how do you fix it or get relief?
You got to go in and do surgery on yourself. Yes.
Surgery on yourself.
You need clippers that go off into a point on the side, and you need tweezers. And you dig the clippers into the corner of your toe and keep pushing it until you hear a snap that it's released. And then you pull the skin back. You go in with the tweezers and you pull the whole thing out.
Okay.
Okay.
I just don't want ingrown toenails. Okay.
They're no fun. Sometimes I'll have ingrown toenails so bad that even if I'm in bed and a sheet is over my foot, the weight of a sheet hurts to the point of where I can't sleep.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
I apologize for all your pain.
Yeah.
Next.
Great.
Next question comes from Anonymous. Shem was married. WTH LOL. We need a story time about this.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so Shem, are you okay to talk about this?
Yeah, because Shem and I were married before.
Together.
I actually didn't know that you were married before.
Yeah, I was married before.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so Shem, when were you married?
I got married in 2015.
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay, longer story short, I met my ex-wife. She's American, and we met at a wedding in Calgary because I was singing at a wedding, and she happened to attend it because she knew the bride and groom. And then we did long distance for like 6 months or so before we decided to start dating. And then we did long distance for about 4.5 years.
Dating
long distance for about 4.5 years.
Now, how often would you see each other?
At the time, we saw each other, I would say once every 6 to 8 weeks or so.
Oh, that's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
No, not bad at all, though, honestly. And we would spend 3 or 4 days together. And and then we got married in 2015. Ended up bringing her over here to Canada in 2018, sorry. And then she decided she got homesick and wanted to leave. And that's how we ended our marriage.
So that was the end of the marriage. So you guys couldn't go back to long distance after that then,
You know
right?
what? We had actually talked about it, about doing the long distance thing again, but it was just so hard. We had done 6 years of long distance at that time. And we're like,
it's too much.
It's just too much. To have to go back to long distance felt like a massive step backwards. And the crazy thing is, and I tell people this all the time, our relationship was really good. We had issues here and there.
We
but
can't do a
never,
long distance marriage.
No way.
And it sucks to break up like that when there's no fight, there's no infidelity, there's no family problems. You still love the person, but it's just not going to happen, right? That's a terrible way to break up.
She had no family here, no friends here at all?
I was her family. Yeah.
Wow.
And you want to know what's even wilder? So that was 2018 when she said that she wanted to go back. She's still here.
No, she's
Oh!
She's
Was
still
there
here.
another problem?
I know.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, she's
what?
still here. I know.
Is she single?
She's dating somebody else.
No!
Dead serious.
No, really?
In fact, here, look, I actually saw a picture on Instagram.
Oh my God, you're so serious?
Instagram show.
No. Come on now. When you break up, you break up. But I got it sent to me. Come on.
I'll
show you.
Sent to you. Somebody is snooping.
Yeah. Look, I'll show you.
So you guys were living together. She said, I'm homesick. I need to go back. And then she moved out, but moved into a place here?
Here with somebody else. 15 hours ago.
Okay.
Deepa, read the location on that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, still.
It's local. Let me see.
Oh my gosh.
Was just BS, right? Like it was me that you wanted to be away from, right? That's what it felt like.
Are you officially divorced?
Yeah.
You
we
are.
We are officially divorced.
Okay.
Yeah, we are officially divorced.
Interesting.
All right,
it sucked.
so any ladies listening, at Shem on Instagram and Twitter.
That's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, it hurt.
That's a
It hurt. It
heartbreaker.
really, really hurt because again, we had spent like 7 years together, and
maybe it only worked when you weren't together.
I was just gonna say, well, you know what? I think the long distance really helped our relationship in a lot of ways. Again, we had no fights. We were super close. It was great. But the hard part is that I spent, about a year and a half trying to get her here, and I, spent a lot of money and got us a place and all that stuff. And then she spent like less than a year here before she decided she wanted to go back home. But of course, she is still here. So
Heartbroken Shem at Shem on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you very much, Deepa. We'll do this again.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive.
Deepa is here.
What's going on in the DMs today, Deepa?
So the first question comes from Paige, and it says, Roz hates pickles but loves dill pickle chips. So does that mean that since Roz hates ketchup, he loves ketchup chips?
100% true.
What?
Yep.
Do you really?
Yep.
I think I knew that, but I probably just forgot.
Love ketchup chips. Hate ketchup because ketchup chips aren't sweet, right?
Oh, I guess.
They're really, really salty.
The reason I hate ketchup is because it's sweet.
Oh.
It's like it's candy to me, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Can I say I'm the complete opposite, where I like ketchup?
Yep.
And I don't like ketchup chips.
You don't?
No.
Really, huh?
Yeah, if there were bags on bags on bags, I would rather not have ketchup chips.
I've gone to the store this week and bought dill pickle chips and ketchup chips.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
even though
I never want ketchup chips.
And my two least favorite things in the world are dill pickles and ketchup.
Weird.
Yeah, but I love the chip version of both of those things.
But
love
why the dill
chip
pickle
version.
one? That one's interesting.
I love the saltiness of a dill pickle chip. Like I really, really do.
Yeah.
But when it comes to pickles, it's the what I find pickles that turns me off is the pickling juice, is the brine.
Too
right?
tart?
It's just it doesn't go with anything, right?
Sure.
Like I don't like the taste of a pickle, but manufactured chemically created
bad for you
pickle powder, right?
Yes.
I'm fine with. Yes, I'm fine with that.
Ew.
Yeah.
But don't you find ketchup chips like way too salty?
No,
Or
I don't find.
can you eat a whole bag? Like if you sat there in one sitting, could you just
easily? I don't find anything to be too salty.
So if I give you a spoon of salt and I was just like, "Hey, Roz, eat this,"
Well, he would never do that.
Why would I do that?
because he said nothing could ever be too salty. So I'm just trying to prove him wrong.
a spoon of salt,
Yeah,
like
nobody's
bare
gonna eat a
salt?
spoon of salt.
You never know.
Well, like what am I?
Next DM, please.
Trying to kill me at dehydration.
This next comment comes from Brandon. It says, "Hey, Deepa, you should let Mocha know Google has made a little mistake with his name. This guy Googled you."
Okay.
And when he Googled Mocha, it says, "Currently, Mocha Frapp is 43 years old.
False.
The Kiss personality, whose real name is Maury Sherman."
Oh.
And then it continues on as if you're Maury.
Oh no!
And Google
What?
thinks you are
Hold on,
Maury.
Google thinks that my name is Maury Sherman?
If you Google it right now,
Oh, no.
you will show up as like Mocha Maury Sherman.
Who do I send an email to over at Google?
Oh no! This is
hold
not
on.
Good.
The real name is Maury Sherman. That is false,
Right?
everybody.
Is that what it
That
says?
is 100% false. Come on, that's not fair. That's not nice. Look, Kiss personality whose real name is Maury Sherman.
Oh no!
That's not
That's
true.
false.
Somebody at Google, like,
What is Mocha Frapp's real name? Maury Sherman.
oh man.
Before joining Kiss, he worked in Kitchener. That's all true. Currently, Mocha Frapp is 43 years old.
Not true. Way younger.
The personality whose real name is Maury Sherman.
Yep.
No.
Maury
Oh,
Sherman.
that's not good.
I don't even know how this would happen.
Okay, we're going to get that fixed. Don't worry.
This next comment comes from Lisa Marie Evans.
Okay.
And Lisa says, "I'm a huge fan of the Roz and Mocha show, but wow, did I ever get the two mixed up. So I knew that Mocha was Guyanese, and as a Caribbean woman, I thought the deep, sexy, sultry voice was his.
Yeah.
Turns out the sexiness belongs to Roz, and Mocha actually sounds like a prepubescent boy."
Wow.
What are you talking about, bro?
Wow.
Not cool. Not cool at all.
You ever notice how hard Deepa laughs when she says something truly hurtful? Right?
I know. It's like she gets enjoyment out of it.
I know. It's
You know what I'm saying?
apologize.
It's weird.
It
Like when
was
I
really funny.
I sometimes look over at Deepa when she's like about to say something real nasty to one of us, and she just gets this like glow on her face that I've never seen before.
I think it's because our deep voices just intimidate her. Maybe
I don't know what that is. It's weird though. Like nobody should really get that kind of enjoyment out of hurting somebody else's feelings.
At all. What's that young lady's name again?
Lisa Marie Evans.
Lisa Marie. Thank you very much for listening, girl.
Yeah, I don't know what you're listening to, Lisa Marie, but there's something different over here.
Yeah, a couple of just deep voices. You know what I'm saying?
Just like a couple of dudes.
All day. All right.
Yeah.
One more. Deep.
Okay, but she says that she loves you both. So
we love you right back, girl.
It shows.
there you go.
A Caribbean sister, my Guyanese sister.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
See?
You, Lisa, look like a prepubescent boy.
Oh. Now hold on there. That was just a little bit too mean.
You're laughing now too.
Yeah. Whatever.
Oh my goodness.
Come at me.
Do you have time for one more?
Yeah, just one more.
Okay, this question comes from Ray. Do Mocha and Shem prefer WWE or AEW? I think AEW is much better right now.
Huh. Shem, you can answer because you watch more AEW than I do.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Wrestling man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I prefer WWE. I'm a loyalist in that sense.
Yeah, same.
AEW is a great product. It's probably more realistic and definitely more violent for sure. But I'm definitely a WWE guy.
All day, every day.
Absolutely.
WWE.
Yeah, that's
Still
it.
real to me, damn it.
Dude.
Still real to me, damn
Yes.
it.
Yeah, thank you.
That's his real voice, everyone, just in case you're
Hit
wondering.
us up in the DMs and we'll do this again. You know what I'm saying?
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. When you have nothing to say, why do you always say it to us?
Here we go. I always love this part of the show when we get to go through the DMs.
Deepa, what do we got today?
The first question comes from Tobin in Vancouver. They specifically mentioned that.
Okay.
Question for Roz. What motorcycle did you used to ride and do you still ride?
I do not. I got rid of the motorcycle and I bought what the hell was it called? I think it was like a Yamaha V-Star, something like that. It was a big cruiser bike. But then I joined all these forums online, chatting with motorcycle nerds.
Yeah.
And I ordered all of this stuff off the internet and traded with other guys and everything else. So after about the first 6 months, the bike looked nothing like I took everything off it that didn't make it go fast or stop fast.
Oh.
So it's all parts you were trading with other
everything.
people?
I put just bare bones handlebars on it. I took off the mirrors. I took off the front fender. I cut the rear fender in half. I did all of this stuff. I lowered it. My seat. So when you get a motorcycle, there's this thing called a seat pan, which is a piece of metal, and then on top of the seat pan is all the sort of foam that you sit on, and then leather on top of that.
Right.
The seat that I had on my motorcycle, there was no foam. So I took all the foam off and then had it rewrapped in just leather. So it was a piece of metal.
That's very uncomfortable.
It was a piece of metal just wrapped in leather. Like there was with a spring on the back of it. Like there was no padding on it. It
He also didn't have mirrors, so that's like the first thing that's not safe about it.
No.
So what did you end up doing? Did you sell the
I
bike?
sold it. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I sold it to a guy for more money than I paid for it because I just put so much money into it. But no, when you have a kid, it's not cool to ride motorcycles. When you ride motorcycles, that's to me, it's I don't want to say selfish because they're beautiful and they're wonderful and the experience is awesome. But you're no longer just living your life. And to me, being on a motorcycle, because I had very little respect for my own life on a motorcycle. Like I would drive around in an undershirt, right? Like I had no leather jackets. And
Helmet?
Like I barely wore a helmet. Like my helmet was so small that it was barely legal. And I just considered myself lucky, and then I just sold everything. And I've never one time wanted to get on a motorcycle again. One time. I've been on a motorcycle twice. Sorry, since then I've driven a motorcycle.
Oh, wow.
But I've no desire to own one.
On the forum, when you were like, oh, we would trade stuff?
Yeah.
Parts, absolutely.
Yes.
But was there ever anyone on the forum that was like, "Hey, you want to trade a helmet for a little while, or do you want to trade jackets or anything like that?"
No,
Can you trade clothing?
No. No, I would never trust somebody else. I would never buy a used helmet, right? Because for safety reasons. But you would be surprised when you're dealing with guys in like Arizona and guys in like Dakota, like all these like big motorcycle places, right? When you would be like, hey, can I get a picture of that on your bike so I can see if I want to buy it and how it would look on my bike? You got a lot of pictures of dudes' bikes where like their wives were in bikinis leaning up against the bikes. You would buy these motorcycle magazines and there was always like a bikini model on the front of the motorcycle magazine. And guys like their wives would pose by their motorcycles and they would just take pictures, but they just also happened to be the only pictures they had of the motorcycles.
Like, check this out.
Yeah, so I'm like, I was looking, I want to buy these pipes or these pegs, and can you send me a picture? And then it's like his wife is in the picture.
Like, what are you trying to trade, bro?
Yeah.
So odd.
Yeah.
What on earth?
Swapsies.
What else we got today, Deepa?
We have a comment from Anonymous. It says, crawling up the stairs like a crab. And that was something I mentioned that I do occasionally in my private time.
Which is something we did when we were kids, which is you would run up the stairs on sort of like all fours, like an animal. Your hands would get going first.
Exactly.
And Deepa said that she still does that as an
a
adult.
grown-ass woman.
Yeah.
And you do it alone when your fiance is not at home. So he doesn't even know that you do this.
I mean, now he does.
Oh, now he does,
Like,
yeah.
He listened to it and he was like, "You do what when I'm at home?" And I'm like, it's okay, don't worry about it.
Welcome to it.
This person says that both my fiance and myself do this at home on the regular. And they're 40 and 36 years old. So I'm not alone.
That's wild to me.
This is crazy to me. So I was thinking about it and I was like, why do I do this?
Yeah.
There was a very traumatic time in my life where my cousins, they would lock me in my basement at home. I was probably like 6 or 7 at the time. And one of my cousins would wait in the storeroom and they'd take off all of the lights. And I couldn't, like, the way our basement worked was there was a latch on the upstairs side of the door. So I can't open it from my side downstairs. So they take off.
It's called a dungeon.
It's kind of like a dungeon, essentially,
Yeah.
which I would constantly be trapped in. So they'd lock me in there. And then one of my cousins would come running out on all fours from the storeroom, and I'd be on a couch, and he would growl and run towards me, and I would scream, and no one would open the door. And I'm like, I think that's why I do it now, because I want to do that to somebody else's child, which is very sickening.
Oh my God.
Just like,
You would never have children.
It happened to me. It's going to happen to you. So
wow.
I'm practicing. I'm keeping it up.
That's some kind of confession.
All right, one more.
That's a horror movie.
Oh, it's the truth. Oh, okay, so this one I actually have a photo for. Let me just find it.
Oh, no.
So it's not that bad.
Okay.
So this person, her name's Aisha. She sent in a photo of a license plate that literally says, "It's Roz" on the back. And she was like, "Roz, is that you? So is this your license plate?"
Oh my God, it's a personalized license plate?
Surrounded by 2 dog paw stickers?
It literally says, "It's Roz," 2 dog paw stickers.
No, that's not me.
You don't have personalized plates on the truck?
No.
And this is a Ford. It's like a SUV, right? So I was like, maybe it is Roz.
Not me. No. No.
Your license
You
plate
should
doesn't
get
have your name on
personalized
it?
license plate that says "The Other Roz."
Oh God, no. I'm not a personalized license plate guy.
not at all.
It's not for me. That's too much of a pain. That's an extra unnecessary step.
You don't want people knowing where you are at all times so they can follow you and take pictures of your car?
He's at home.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive.
Deepa, what do we got in the DMs today?
I love this first
no.
one. Sorry, whenever you know it's a laugh, it's probably about some weird thing about Roz.
Yeah.
Comment is from Anonymous, and the comment is, "Roz ain't gonna bust a wine, he gonna bust a knee."
Oh, yeah. I hurt myself a lot.
You actually?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Like doing what?
I have no idea. I will always have a lump or a cut or a something, and Catherine will notice it later on in the day or whatever, and I will have no idea what I did.
Do you bruise easily?
No, I don't bruise easily.
Okay. You think back throughout the day, like, what did I do? And then try to backtrack Everything that you've done?
I have no idea. I sliced my thumb open last week on chicken wire. I was fixing Catherine's garden for.
Yeah.
And I sliced my thumb open on chicken wire, and I worked another, I don't even know, 15, 20 minutes before I realized. And I only realized it because there was blood everywhere.
Oh my God. What?
Like there was blood all over me, all over the wood, all over everything. And I had no idea.
After the initial cut.
Yeah.
And it was like started bleeding immediately.
Didn't
you didn't
know I
notice
cut it. No, I didn't even
at
notice.
all? Like,
no.
Just based on your surroundings. Because
No.
you said it was bleeding like
no,
on the
it was, but
on
there was
wood and
blood
stuff and on yourself.
everywhere,
Oh, no.
everywhere. And then later on, it was one of those like perfectly clean cuts. And then later on, I was grossing Roxy out with it because I was just taking the bottom of it like this and opening it and making it talk.
Oh my God. No.
Hello, I am a cut.
It's so gross. It's so gross. It was so gross. However, she talked to it.
Hello, Mr. Cut. How are you today? Thanks for showing up.
So will I bust a wine? No, but will I, bust a hip or a knee or something? Like, yeah, I hurt. Like, I'm always in pain. Something on me always hurts.
Okay, this question is from Anonymous. Does Mocha still go to bed at 8:15 p.m. in the late spring or summer when it's bright and sunny outside?
Great question.
That's a very good question.
Absolutely do.
Really?
You do, huh?
We have blackout blinds
Yeah.
in the bedroom. So I shut those and I can fall asleep in 2 seconds.
Wow.
I have no problem falling asleep.
Do you know, like, do you have a clock in the room?
Just on my phone.
Just your phone. So if you wake up, you have to physically touch your phone
Yes.
to activate it and then see what the time it is,
Correct.
right? Yeah, we got rid of the clock in the room because we just had it was on the TV thing, whatever you call that. Not the converter, but what's that called?
Oh, like the box?
The cable
Like
box.
the- yeah, cable
the
box,
cable
yeah.
box.
Yeah.
We got rid of that, and that used to just be my clock. And now I find that if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm bewildered without knowing what time it is.
And do you check?
I have to check on my phone, and I don't
Okay.
like doing that. I don't like pushing my phone and then having the phone light up, and then it has to wait for it to go to sleep.
Sometimes I do. Like last night, for example, I did. And it was like 11:30, I think it was. And I was like, yes.
If you're in the living room or like even in the backyard or something like that, like 8 o'clock is still hot and it's still sunny.
I know.
And then
I know.
you like what? You just pack it in and go up to bed?
I have to
You
do it.
have to do it,
I
huh?
pop a melatonin,
Yeah.
climb into bed, shut my eyes, and
Yeah.
I am out.
Couldn't do it.
Psychologically,
couldn't
though,
do it.
don't you want to do more because it's
Absolutely.
so lovely outside?
But you know what? Every single day, I am so exhausted.
Yeah.
If I could,
Yeah.
I would go to bed at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and have no problem sleeping the entire
Wow.
afternoon and night.
You know what's
But-
gonna be tough is in a couple of years when Cruz sort of normalizes with his schedule, constant school and regular days and all this stuff. Because we just moved Roxy's bedtime to 9.
Wow.
Right?
What was it before?
That's a big step.
Like 8:30.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But we moved Roxy's bedtime to 9, and that is now, so you don't have long before your bedtime is before your kid's bedtime.
Oh, I know.
Right?
I know. Good night, son.
Yeah.
Bye. Peace
Daddy gotta go to
out.
bed.
He's going to tuck you in.
He is.
Right?
He's gonna have to read me a story,
Yeah.
sing me a song.
Yeah.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, Dad.
Love it.
The next comment comes from Chantel, and it says, "Hello, I recently heard Roz talking about fried bread. This is huge in the indigenous community. Tell him to try it with maple syrup. Actually, he does not like that.
Oh,
Hence
yeah,
the
you're right.
gagging.
Okay.
Hence the gagging.
She knows.
Tell him to try it with jam. We also make tacos with fried bread. Love the show. So would you try it with jam?
You don't like jam, though.
I'm not big on sweet. I'll put salt on it though. Like I put something salty in it.
Yeah, like peanut butter maybe.
Yeah, peanut butter's salty.
Yeah.
I don't mind peanut butter. I quite like peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Catherine eat peanut butter?
Yeah.
Does she have all the other types of
Oh, bro, you can't even go
Like
into my house right
almond
now.
butter,
We
sunflower
got-
butter?
No, we have 9 different kinds of peanut butter in the cabinet because it's like you try one, right?
Yeah.
It's like buying vegan mayo, right? Like there's one good vegan mayo, right? There's Vegan-A's is what it's called. And that's the only good one. But if we're out of that one and you got to go buy another one, we'll cycle through 4 different jars because they're none of them are as good as this other one. So your fridge just winds up being full of like reject testers.
Sure.
And it's the same thing with the peanut butter, right? Like sometimes when you go and you open up those like all natural whatever peanut butters and you open the top and it's just all oily.
Oh, I
you
know.
gotta
I
get in
hate
there.
that. It's
You got to get in
disgusting.
there with the knife and stir it around. Like it's such a pain in the ass.
know.
And then you open up the jar of Kraft.
Oh,
Like smooth.
Okay.
and that creamy goodness.
Yeah, you just put
Yes.
your
No.
finger in it, and you're just like, I'm never going back to the other stuff
I
ever
know.
again.
Don't blame
I know.
you.
It's
Like
the
I
best.
can't do it. That's one area where I will not bend is peanut butter.
But I have another quote recipe to share that people, for some reason, have reacted to and said that it's extremely disgusting. Okay, toast bread, you smother it in butter, like saturate it. Then you take some OJ with pulp. And then you dip it in the OJ and swirl it around until it gets like a little bit soggy. And then you eat the toast bread full of orange juice. And then you drink the buttery orange juice.
That sounds disgusting.
So good. Every like shove.
No.
It's something that my mom used to do, and I picked it up from her, and my brothers do it as well. And we think it's totally normal, but everybody else that I tell this to is like, "What's wrong with you?" But it's so good.
No, ma'am.
You should try
ma'am.
it.
No,
No,
absolutely
ma'am.
not.
It's so
No,
good.
ma'am. No,
You keep
ma'am.
that to yourself.
Again, why would I feel bad? Because you have terrible taste in food.
This is what happens when you get into the DM. So send us a DM. Deepa gets them, and we talk about it on the radio.
Nice buttery orange juice.
Yum,
No,
me.
thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.